Now, while we've had Five Nights and Fallout announced for Halloween Horror Nights for this season, along with those announcements kind of came a little bit more information. And if you took a look at the website, there was quite some little details in there that I think kind of got overlooked. May have me excited and dare say a little puzzled about the event this year. Now, even as you go to the main website this year, it's kind of gotten a refreshed look, more of a modern look. It's very clean, but yet there's a lot of stuff that you can click on, a lot of like options, and it kind of does this thing of diving you deeper into the website. So right on the main website, we've never really kind of had like different houses featured here or different things. It's always just been one standard thing, but it's kind of cool that they've updated this like this. On the first part where it says all part of the horror, there's different things here. Now, the traditional stuff is there, you know, the pizza fries, the merch, but there are two big notices here. Number one, it says 10 terrifying houses. That's always usually been a thing. But for scare zones, it's normally listed 5 scare zones. This time, it just doesn't even list an amount of scare zones. It just kind of says, you know, if you think you can relax outside the haunted house, you are dead wrong. Our scare zones are filled with scare actors on the prowl, which doesn't give me high hopes that there will be any more scare zones than what we've had before, and there might even be less this year. Doesn't mean that those scare zones that are there are going to be dwindled or be less of a zone. In fact, I'm hearing the quite opposite. Because there's less zones, they can kind of focus more on whatever zones they have and build upon them even bigger. But that remains to be seen when we see that in person at the event. And also to note, Rip Ride Rocket is gone. So where they have the ride portion about our exhilarating rides and attractions, it's now the Mummy instead of Rip Ride. That's always been there for years. So kind of a change there, but not too much. And as well as if you're looking around the website and you're just clicking on all the different options, a lot of the pictures they use this year are definitely stuff that has been in the last like 2, maybe 3 years. Now beforehand, they always had a lot of old pictures, stuff that was like from, you know, 8, 9, 10 years ago that they were always using. But now it kind of feels fresh. It feels new. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of from the newer era of Halloween Horror Nights. If you've gone at least in the last 2 years, I think you'll recognize a lot of the pictures and stuff they use. And this part is kind of the one that has me a little worried and a little puzzled. Now, traditionally, they always have the Passholder, link on the main website. Event perks, you click on it, it's going to take you over to the Passholder page. You scroll down, and then it says Halloween Horror Nights perks. Stay tuned for details about more screen-worthy Passholder perks, including discount event tickets and 1 free night admission for pass holders. Now, all we see right now is just 2 things. Now, this could be updated when we get frequent fear. It could be updated with more announcements. But there is one big thing I think that is missing. Now, granted, there's a couple more things, like there used to be exclusive like food options or different things like that that's listed here for pass holders. Right now, as far as exclusive, pass holder merch, there's nothing written about the tribute store. So it's kind of puzzled of why this stuff is not here right now. Doesn't mean that it couldn't come in the future. It's a little worrisome. But on the flip side of that, Premium Scream Night is coming back. And yes, I still am working on that video. We've had a lot of announcements and stuff I got to work on. But Premium Scream Night is coming back, and that is costumes are now a thing for Premium Scream Night. That's at least something new they added this year. But yeah, costumes. And I think this is going to play a bigger role down the road in something that may have been at Hollywood that could possibly be coming to Orlando. More to come on this at a later point, because we've been cooking. Also, if you click the tab Event Extras and you scroll down, it's kind of this newer way. I don't remember the website usually having this, but it lists different ways that you can add on tickets. I'm assuming when the frequent fear passes are added, you'll be able to click add a ticket and then add the frequent fear. Right now, there is nothing there for you to add except for the RIP tour, and you have the Express or the RIP tour, and it's just kind of really cool if you've never been and you're wondering what's the differences between all the passes and tickets. It kind of just gives you a nice breakdown of what's included in your ticket. You know, what's the difference between Express Pass and the RIP tour. And I'm sure, like I said, it will be able to add frequent fear to that once it's updated. Now, if you click on single tickets or any of the ticket options, and it takes you to Universal's ticket page, right before you get to the tickets, you kind of see this Halloween Horror Nights banner here. And it says from watching horror to living it, which I think is kind of their tagline for this year. And I think maybe this is a tie-in of what's on the static video that we're kind of still have no kind of clue on that. So hopefully that has more of a rollout on that piece. And just to mention as well, if you take a look at the picture that is right behind Halloween Horror Nights, the banner, the logo, it looks very weird. It looks like some kind of vine, some kind of cryptic thing. So by doing a little bit more investigation into this, I discovered that this picture is not just some generic picture. It's something that Halloween Horror Nights, I believe, themselves kind of crafted up. And what's cool right here is called the Conservatory, which makes me think this is kind of a bigger tie between Fallout with the announcement. If you paid attention to the bumpers on that video, I think this is all tying in very heavily into our event this year, between sort of that grave, sort of that, I don't know how to describe this, like a garden, sort of like a old decrepit manor type of thing. I think this is all going to play into a bigger role, whether it's the merch rollout, icon, or original house. I think this is all not a coincidence here. Now, say if you wanted to buy a premium Scream ticket and you are a pass holder, there was only kind of two options. You either called the call center and tried to wait for a little while and then have to give them your whole number and then all that good stuff. Or if you were near the parks, you can head to guest services and just buy a ticket with your pass holder discount. But now they actually added into the website. So on the website, you're going to scroll all the way down to it says Passholder Perks. Click that. Then keep going down until you see it say Passholder Scream Night, buy tickets. Make sure that obviously have your Passholder ticket with you so you can type in your ID number. If you guys could just kind of fix the merch site, that would be great. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for the support. And I'll catch you in another video or a live stream coming soon. Peace out, everybody.